TrustSwap Nation, what's going on? It's your boy Pistol coming at you the third week of April 2022, letting you know what went down this week in TrustSwap real quick. We had the Crypto.app new website is live. Swap token is now listed on BitThumb, or how you want to pronounce it, BitHum? We don't know. Anyways, it's the first listing of many as we continue TrustSwap's expansion to both South Korea and Asia. South Korea being estimated the third biggest cryptocurrency market in the world, but that's not where we're going this episode. This episode is going to be a little different. I'm going to do you a little bit of reading and give you a little bit of a projection on what's to come next month on the Launchpad. So without further ado, let's do it. Let's welcome everybody to This Week in TrustSwap. And you might have heard it a few weeks ago that next month we have a big TrustSwap Incubated project coming up. May 10th, it's EcoRise. And I wanted to kind of dedicate an episode to talking a little bit about that and maybe saving you guys up on having to do some reading. This way you can get outside, enjoy the spring weather. I'll do the reading for you. I parsed through their website. I took some keynotes out of there and I'll kind of read them off to you and give you a little insight on what EcoRise is, what the coins and tokens are all about, what the goal is, what the roadmap is. Thought I'd save you a little bit of work and go through that. So let's just start with a land-pegged stablecoin ecosystem. That's what EcoRise is wanting to be. The price of the Eco token is pegged to the value of its treasury, which consists of land, regenerative lease agreements, carbon credits, and crypto. Eco protects and regenerates natural spaces around the world while simultaneously acting as an effective hedge against fiat inflation. As the land value and treasury holdings increase over time, so does the value of Eco. So there's going to be eventually two tokens, one being called Eco, one being called Rise. I'm just giving you a little tidbits here right out of the gate, and then we can go a little bit deeper as we go along. But there's going to be an Eco token, and that's what's going to be launching on May 10th. And there's also going to be a Rise token probably in Q4 of 2022. What else is EcoRise going to be bringing? There's going to be a DAO investing in Earth's ecosystems. EcoRise is going to give humans an opportunity to buy back our planet from governments, corporations, and profit-based resource extraction businesses through collective shared stewardship of biodiverse ecosystems. Eco is a token pegged to land value is balanced by Rise, a deflationary utility token used for conservation and ecosystem regeneration. So a couple things about the Eco token. First, the token is pegged to land value. It acts as a hedge against inflation, maintains its peg via algorithmic oracle. It incentivizes immediate conservation, regeneration, and protection efforts by landowners. And it enables decentralized stewardship of ecosystems. That's the Eco token. Now, the Rise token is going to be the governance token used for DAO staking, voting, and governance. Maintaining Eco tokens peg, purchasing land for conservation and ecological development. The tokenomics are deflationary, and there's a community funding pool. So those are just a couple little tidbits about those two tokens. Real quick, the roadmap that they had for Q3 2021 to Q1 of 2022 that they've accomplished is conceptualization, the white paper, which is out and you can read it now, the tokenomics of EcoRise, which I strongly suggest you check out, smart contract development, and they're starting with their social media presence. Q2, which is right now, they're going through Genesis, of course, the Rise token IDO launch. Oh, sorry, did I say Eco before? Rise token IDO launch will be in Q2. EcoRise DAO and governance. The first EcoRise donation, onboard new community developers, the first audit, listing on DEXs, listings on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, and Blockfolio. Q3, they want to focus on growth, artist partnerships for EcoRise NFTs and an NFT marketplace, CEX exchange listings, and partnerships with influencers. And then Q4 is what they're just going to keep evolving the project. The Eco Token raise and launch. Sorry, I messed those two up earlier. The Eco Token raise and launch will be in Q4. In Q1 or Q2 right now will be the Rise token launch. In Q4, there's going to be partnerships with other DeFi projects and an audit on new DeFi smart contracts. And on their website, they go through a few frequently asked questions. I'm going to read those out to you so you can kind of listen. If you're going to work or doing yard work right now or whatever, it's a lot easier for you to listen to me spout these off than if you having to dedicate some time and scrolling through the websites and all that stuff. So that's kind of why I'm here this week to go through that with you. So frequently asked question, what is EcoRise? So EcoRise's goal is to have vast amounts of natural land locked in the DAO vault, ensuring its conservation, regeneration, and protection. These real-world lands are decentralized in ownership as EcoRise and other participating DAO members stake their land. EcoRise DAO is creating a decentralized stable token and store of value called Eco. The Eco token is pegged using new methodologies of valuing real nature land. The deflationary utility token called Rise helps Eco keep its peg, bringing tangible real-world assets and natural capital to the crypto economy is a game changer. Sorry, that was a botched little sentence read there. I'll go through that again here. Utility token called Rise helps Eco keep its peg, bringing tangible real-world assets and natural capital to the crypto economy is a game changer. Currently, stable coins are either backed or pegged to fiat currencies. Holding stable coins is great in times of market volatility, but if they are pegged to the USD, for example, it means you are susceptible to inflation. And again, now this is me just talking, not reading anymore. With all the inflation going on, 8.5%, if your money's just chilling in your bank account and you didn't get an 8.5% raise, you lost 8.5% of your money's value. Brutal. But land, especially when brought into crypto, can be deflationary, gain value over time. A stable coin pegged to land, exactly as it said here, could be a game changer. Next question, why is EcoRise necessary? At the time of writing this, stablecoins pegged to the US dollar alone make up over 140 billion in market cap. This is due to the lack of volatility users think they have. However, these fiat currencies are being continually inflated and devalued over time. While land value has its ups and downs, historically it holds and increases in value over time. This led us to creating a token that is not only free from government mismanagement and hyperinflation, but allows us to protect the natural ecosystems that are the lifeblood of this planet. Very cool idea. Very cool. Very good concept. I'm loving this so far. Okay, now we're going to get into the differences between the two tokens again, because this is kind of where it can get confusing, as you heard me get confused earlier. What is the Rise token? Rise is a governance utility token used for voting in the DAO and maintaining Eco tokens price peg via arbitrage. Minting Eco tokens requires an equal value of Rise to be burned and returned to the community fund for ecosystem protection and future land acquisitions. Eco token is adopted as a stable trading pair and as a way for DEXs and other protocols to support ESG goals and help protect ecosystems. Rise token circulating supply is burned, driving value for holders. Rise token is also required to be staked to have access to future NFT collections. Further, Rise token will allow for tax-deductible donations towards the protection of conservation lands, biodiversity hotspots, and unharvested resources. Now, what is the Eco token? Eco token is a stablecoin that is algorithmically pegged to the market value of the land locked in the DAO vault via on-chain oracles. Natural land is currently severely undervalued. Eco token will reflect the value of the natural lands locked within the DAO vault based on what we as humans should value natural lands at. Historically, these types of lands are valued for the amount of resources that can be extracted, usually destroying them in the process. Using new methodologies being created to assess payments for ecosystem services, we will be able to calculate natural land's value not only for its location and size, but also for all benefits these lands give to life, its surrounding ecosystems, and the earth itself. Very cool stuff here. Now, why are stablecoins important? Cryptocurrencies are becoming increasingly popular, but they also are extremely volatile. This makes them a risky investment as the value of your holdings could drop rapidly at any time. Stablecoins are designed to combat this volatility by being backed or pegged to a stable asset, such as the US dollar. This provides investors with a hedge against market fluctuations and allows them to hold on to their tokens even during periods of economic inflation. What most stablecoins are not free from is dollar devaluation, like I talked about earlier. Economic inflation year over year makes most fiat currencies worth less over time. Risks from government, fiscal mismanagement, and other external risks can contribute to a loss in value even if your stablecoins are still properly pegged to the currency they represent. By having a token pegged to land value, we have now mitigated the inflation risk associated with fiat currencies. Assets like land have historically been one of the greatest stores of value around the world. Reflecting this in our token will allow people to not only protect themselves against government mismanagement and hyperinflation, but protect and regenerate our natural world at the same time. And here's a question that people that maybe not be as interested in the preservation of land may have, but if they want to make money off this, here's a question: what will drive demand for the eco token? As the world becomes increasingly aware of the need to take action on climate change, the value of carbon credits is going to continue to increase. Some estimates say a 10 times increase in value over the next 8 years. In addition, payments for ecosystem services are becoming more common as companies and governments recognize the importance of protecting our planet's natural resources. Conservation is also becoming more important as we learn more about the impact humans have on our environment. We believe that in the future, we will see a greater emphasis on sustainable practices, and those who are able to effectively conserve natural resources will be seen as assets to society. By rewarding these practices now, through our eco token, we will be able to stimulate these ideals early. Access to payments for ecosystem services, Access to payments for ecosystem services assessments is limited and worthwhile only to large landowners and significant capital. We hope to bridge that chasm for the small landowners, indigenous groups, endangered species who can't speak for themselves, and family-run farms around the world. Through our DAO, these groups will be able to join forces to capture the true value of their own natural lands in the form of our eco token. Eco tokens are pegged to the value of lands in the DAO, which not only consists of market value, but conservation value and the regenerative potential of the ecosystem service revenue. That was a mouthful. But this is kind of cool, just like how TrustSwap kind of gives the common man a window or opportunity into new startups with the Launchpad. This is kind of similar in that it gives the common man access to unlocking the full potential of their land and whatnot. And one more thing, what makes EcoRise unique in the refi space? It seems that most refi projects currently being developed are focusing on the tokenization of carbon credits and its co-benefits. This, we honestly believe, is essential to unmuddy the carbon credit industry and allow entry to its markets by anyone. We, on the other hand, notice that there is a sort of wealth gap when it comes to who can get access to the creation of these credits. We will bridge that gap by allowing any landowner who contractually agrees to conserve, protect, and regenerate their land to stake in our DAO vault. Staking their land in our vault creates a decentralized land stewardship collective that allows funding to flow through DAO governance towards important land projects and costly upfront verification and assessment fees. This will kickstart their respective regenerative practices that need to happen immediately. Most projects take up to 5 years before they see a return on carbon capture. These projects can now utilize RISE and eco tokens pegged to the value they create with their lands, which is a synergistic and symbiotic symphony, creating a positive feedback loop. Oh, I nailed that one. Synergistic and symbiotic symphony, creating a positive feedback loop. So that's basically a surface level description of what EcoRise is going to be all about. It's when you can check out their website, ecorise.finance, and there's a whole plethora of intel on there. This project seems to have a great head on its shoulders, and it seems to be like it could very well be a game changer. And I put a prediction out in the chats a couple weeks ago maybe that I believe